A Lodi church that had its Palm Sunday services shut down has now filed a lawsuit against the state. The church says that Governor Newsom's order violates their constitutional rights, calling it, quote, an abuse of power.
But officials say these measures are in place to keep Californians safe. Fox 40's Charmaine Nero spoke to legal experts today about the merit this case could have in court. She's joining us now live in Lodi with more. Charmaine.
Nikki, included in the 51 pages of the lawsuit, the church is arguing that their First Amendment rights were violated when the state decided to close these doors. In a newly filed lawsuit on behalf of the Cross Culture Christian Church in Lodi, the church argues that their First Amendment right to gather for religious purposes was violated when Governor Gavin Newsom issued stay-at-home directives back in March.
Religious freedom is a precious right, but it should never be misused to harm other people or to risk people's lives.
Alex Luchinister with Americans United for Separation of Church and State is normally fighting for religious protections. But now he says granting religious exemption to churches could lead to increased spread of COVID-19. In the lawsuit, the church argues that they should be deemed essential and that places considered essential are promoting gatherings where social distance is impractical.
The public health reason behind it is that people are going to be there for a while. So it's not just the short encounter in the grocery stores.
Earlier this month, San Joaquin County ordered the church to stop in-house services. The church argues that on Palm Sunday, they were greeted by Lodi police who told them locks had been changed on the church building by the landlord. Attorney Mark Reichel says at this time there's not a lot of case law on this unprecedented situation.
This is extremely, extremely rare. It's referred to by the courts as a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence.
But the Lodi church is just one of many that have filed similar lawsuits across the nation.
There's been probably at least about a dozen, or more than a dozen of these lawsuits filed all around the country.
In the state of Kansas, there's a federal court that has agreed with the churches and said you can remain open. The state cannot close you. That's a federal district court in Kansas. A federal district court down in San Diego said the state can stop this.
We reached out to an attorney representing the church, but we haven't heard back yet. Live in Lodi, Charmaine Nero, Fox 40 News.
Charmaine, thank you. And as Charmaine mentioned in that story, there have been churches around the nation filing similar lawsuits. That includes 3 Southern California churches. So yesterday, a federal judge announced that he would deny a bid by those churches to hold in-person services during the pandemic. He says that the government's emergency powers trump what would usually be considered fundamental constitutional rights. A lot of churches have been holding online services, and the state has also decided to allow those religious groups to hold drive-in services as long as those parishioners don't have any person-to-person contact.